Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea, you know that and I know that. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions who just came back from the pool. So I just washed off all of my SPF because the sun is not our friend. We kind of need it to survive, but like it's not our friend. And I, per usual, it's nap time. I need to film 75 videos. So we are going to make ourselves look less raggedy as one does. Let's go ahead and get into it. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a good old-fashioned cringe fest, if you will, because dear God, like I'm used to the MLMs making the trad wife wannabe jean skirt wearing, screaming at you to repent weirdos cry on the internet. However, I'm not used to seeing the MLMs make gays cry on the internet. And if it's one thing I won't stand for, it's gay tears, okay? Unless they're happy tears. As always, I will have what I use tagged in my video somewhere in like a little thing that says tagged products, or it'll be in the description box, or hey, maybe I won't even remember until I upload this video. And then one of you is going to be like, Chelsea, you didn't do it. Sorry. And those are commissionable links, affiliate links, all that, because what are we? FTC compliant. Gosh dang it. All right. So this lady, this gal, I probably shouldn't even like say that the MLMs are making the gays cry because first of all, no one can make us cry. Second of all, I don't know if she's gay. She just gives me big bi energy, which that's a compliment. But of course, this is just another great example of, hey, you could have just like said this to a friend. You could have just left this in the drafts. You could have just not posted this at all. You guys, if we don't post ourselves crying on the internet and telling our story, no one cares about your story, okay? Listen, that sounds mean because you've been conditioned to think that everyone needs to or wants to hear your story. They don't. Why do they need to? Why? And I'm not being like, oh, your story isn't important. Your story is valid to you. But the reason why these people will post themselves crying about their story on Instagram Live is because they have been conditioned to use that as a sales tactic. I know. This smells so good. Talk about a sales tactic. So let's go ahead and watch this person. Again, she's just the example. I don't know her. I don't need to know her. By the end of this video, I'm probably going to know way too much about her, but let's just point out some manipulation tactics that, hey, she might not even be aware of, but we're going to point them out nonetheless. Because knowingly or unknowingly, she is using her story, her vulnerability to manipulate people. Also, she's so hot. Hey friends, just popping in here to say, please don't stop watching this video because I am trying to save up for a new computer. What a way to start an ad read. But I am. Y'all know that I have been trying to put out a lot more content, not only this year, not only this summer, but with the new podcast that I've started, the Here for the Clout podcast, the Sherilyn Dale. We've been doing all that editing ourselves, and I've been really trying to push myself creatively with that. And I love my computer. I love my office. I love my setup. But guess what, girly pop? Computer that I have, my iMac just doesn't have enough memory, internal memory. I didn't know that was a thing. Had no clue until I started trying to take on bigger projects and editing things. And guess what? Baby, she's not well equipped to do that. She be putting. She's tired. So I looked up exactly what I needed, got some advice from other people. Turns out it's gonna be like $5,000, which is awful, obviously. But one thing that is helping me, making it easier to save up for that, is the sponsor of today's video, Rocket Money. So not only can Rocket Money help me budget, but then also Rocket Money helps me get rid of unwanted subscriptions. You know, I sign up for a free trial for something. I'm trying out some new AI editing tool or a service or software that I need for research. And I'm like, yeah, I'll sign up for the free trial. Totally will. I'll remember to cancel it if I like don't actually need it or if I just need it for one thing. I can't remember to do any of the chores that my husband asked me to do this morning. I also just don't want to. But why would I think I could remember to cancel a subscription? I'm not going to remember that. And then by the time it charges you again, it's too late. A great example of this, and another one of my favorite features of Rocket Money, is that I do get emails every week that says, this week's upcoming bills. And let me tell you, that is so helpful because I had completely forgotten that I need to cancel our gym membership because guess who hasn't gone to LA Fitness? in over a year. It's me. It is me. And also my husband hasn't gone either. So I'm like, I need to cancel this. I just keep forgetting. So that reminded me that I need to go cancel that. And also just being able to budget and prepare with and being reminded of the bills that I do have coming up is so helpful, especially when I'm trying to budget and save. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year. And they use all of the features with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money. And save some of this, people. Actually, not this, because this is fake. This is a prop. This is a prop. So go to rocketmoney.com/CCSUAREZ or click the link in my description box to get started today. And you can also unlock more features with premium. rocketmoney.com/CCSUAREZ to get started for free.
I'm actually going to save this video, so if you're watching the playback, hello. There's Micah Boo. Okay,
well, I'm
so.
not allowed to be in my room, so.
Okay, well, make sure you shut the doors because I'm on live. Okay, hi guys. I just wanted to get on here and share my heart a little bit. I am about to go spend the day with my babes and we're gonna go swimming and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, all right, y'all give me just like 30 minutes because while this is on my heart, I'm like emotional, like trying not to cry.
30 minutes. It's an hour.
I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about my journey, where I've been, and my journey, where I'm headed, where I'm going. If you didn't see, then you can catch up. I have 2 highlights worth, but I just spent like 5 days in Vegas at the Arbon's conference, which is their like conference convention, and it was obviously my first one. I started Arbon in December of 2023, so literally 6 months ago, and I'm not new to this industry. I have been in the direct sales network marketing space for 6 years. Actually, this month, I joined my first company.
So she was in, I don't know how many she's been in. I'm sure we're going to find out by hearing her story, but she was in Young Living. And then, like she said, recently switched over to Arbon. You know what? We're actually going to look up her Instagram and see if she has me blocked. She does not have me blocked. Not to be cringe myself, but it is weighing heavy on my heart when I see a woman who is just like such a fellow bi mom, if you will, who's sucked into MLMs. Not that like only unfunny and not hot people should, be in MLMs, but I don't know. It just kind of breaks the stereotype of like, oh, it's just like annoying trad wife wannabes who are like super hateful and homophobic and screaming at you to repent, and it's not always that. But I do think when you see someone more likable, it's like even more of a shame, who's in an MLM, and clearly she's been in them forever. And yet it gets so cringe in this video.
6 years ago in July of 2018. And so I'm new, but I'm not new. So I feel like I had a really, do you need something, baby girl? You're so patient. This is my baby. This is my everything. You gonna do Arbon with me one day?
I'm planning to go to art college, so no.
She's gonna go to art college, but you could do it on the side to pay for art school, right?
Maybe.
Okay, make sure you shut that door, okay?
Are you gonna do Arbon with me? Oh, well, you can do it on the side to pay for art college. You mean art school? Ma'am, if you're making so much money with this blessed opportunity, this anointed opportunity, why aren't you paying for art college? Not to be like your parents have to pay for everything, but like...
So I'm not new to this industry or this this space, but what I am new to is this company. And when I tell you, I was just blown away by like every twist and every moment. I was just like, I felt like a kid in a candy store. Like I had my like real life friends messaging me like, dude, I can just see the joy radiating off of you. It has been a hard couple years for me mentally. I'm not gonna cry.
You are gonna cry. However, that's so interesting because she's like, yeah, my friends were, even reaching out saying how like happy I was. But the thing is that like, are they seeing that in person or are they just seeing that on social media? So is it just what you're putting forth? And is that purely just to like, and is that just to sell the opportunity and to make it seem like better than all the rest, right? Like, oh my gosh, look at me now. I'm so happy, like, because I joined Arbon now. So is that real or is it just what you've convinced yourself of? Because realistically, it's the same company. They just have different products available on their website.
I've been struggling with like my mental health really since 2020, like most of us. And I was with a company.
Her name fits her. You know, like when someone's name just fits them, hers fits her. Do you think that it could be, hear me out, stay with me, that it could possibly be that you've been struggling with this due to the fact that multi-level marketing companies, the industry itself, has been crumbling over the last 4 years? But you have a better chance of making money in a normal, traditional 9-to-5 setting than you do. Or like just starting your own business. Start an Etsy shop. I understand not a lot of people are educated on or even know how to go about that or have certain skill sets. However, that's why we're here, because it's so frustrating to see people fall into this type of when there are so many other options out there that are great. There are also a lot of scams out there that have to do with like becoming a virtual assistant and take this course. You don't need a course to become a virtual assistant. Having experience would help though, but you could also start out like helping someone part-time and then add that to your resume and, you know, anyways, that's what me and Kelly did. Sorry for the rant. It's just very frustrating because it's like, girl, I know correlation does not equal causation. However, let's look at what the constant is in your life. And it seems like it's network marketing.
That I loved deeply. And I did really well there. Like we made it to, not the very tippy top, but we made it to one of the very top ranks of the company. We were making really great money, like that company and what it did for me, like physically did. Hi, babe, I'm just crying on Instagram. Okay. It really did change like our family's life. So for those years, like I am like so thankful. I don't look back and regret it. Like I look now of like, I had to go through everything I went through to get to where I am now. You know, it's like an amazing stepping stone. And when it was really good, it was really good. And then when it wasn't, it wasn't. So, you know, I essentially like lost this business that I worked so hard for.
This business, I built it. I worked so hard for it. No, you didn't. You recruited a lot of people. Sure. That's how you got it to one of the top ranks of any MLM. I don't want to say like she didn't work so hard for it because yeah, recruiting people, talking to a lot of people, that's whatever. You gotta hustle. You were a salesperson. I know we say it every forking video now, but it's like, ladies, come on. Also just, I don't know, the reaction of like, hi babe, I'm just crying on Instagram again. And his reaction of just like, oh, okay. Tony would be like, maybe it's time to get off. You should probably get off that.
And I missed family dinners for years building that business. And I missed out on so much trying to like, you know, climb my way to the top of that company. And I didn't have a following. I was a teacher for 10 years. Anyways, so I knew it was time to leave for a really long time. But because of the rank that I was, I couldn't just say I'm done. I had to literally jump through hoops and, you know, I didn't just like, it wasn't a light decision. I didn't just say, you know what, I'm done. You know, I wasn't like, oh my God, the grass is greener over there.
Changing jobs, I understand. Sometimes it's not easy. Put this in perspective. Again, because the point of this is, hey, this is weird, right? It's not to judge her. It's to point out the weirdness of this industry as a whole. Going from one MLM to another literally does not matter. It's all the same. She just said, since I was at the rank I was at, like I couldn't just leave. Why not? But then that brings up, okay, so you knew that you didn't want to be with this company. You couldn't just leave. So to continue to make money, I'm sure you were still promoting it as a great opportunity, right? Just like multiple of the Mon 8 reps that just announced that they are going to pharmacy. Meaning like, you joined that one. But yeah, it's a makeup MLM. They probably didn't join Saint because guess what, girl? They just got rid of their MLM aspect. Hilarious. We got a lot of tea to catch up on. I swear. I need to do like a recap of the like scam industry video for like Fridays or something. I don't know. Maybe I should start doing that. Yeah, you can just leave, being a little turtle with your neck out, looking for the next best compensation plan. It's wild that they're like, yeah, no, I couldn't just leave. Yes, you can, but it's an MLM, so you can't because it's a cult.
But I just knew in my like heart, in my soul, my gut, like there was something bigger for me. And it's such a freaking stigma when people leave companies and... Sorry. I have construction going on in my house right now. Babe, can you shut the door? I need to do this a little part too. Anyways, Jeez, I'm so sorry. If that is really loud, tell me, and maybe I'll just need to like pause this. But I did not want to leave where I was. I loved my community. I loved my people. Like my best friends were there. Like literally. I loved the products, but you can still love something and it still cannot be for you. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't want to leave for a long time because guys, I wasn't kind to people when they left. Like I was bitter when people left. I was angry when people left. I was jealous when people left.
Why? Because it's a cult? Yes.
And it wasn't until I watched my friend Casey. We were actually on a work event from our last company.
Have y'all ever been like so terrified to say your employer's name? Like, girl, it's not Voldemort. Y'all can say the name. Just saying the name isn't gonna get you sued. I mean, anything can get you sued, but like, it's okay. And your experience is your experience. What are they gonna do? Come after you? Wait, I mean, yeah, probably. Wait, actually, yeah, probably. This cult industry is just so wackadoo because they have these people so scared to literally just say a name. Wild.
Celebrating the title that we were. And all of us there were just like feeling like crap because none of us were actually that rank. And we just felt like phony. And if you know me at all, I cannot lie. I cannot hide my face. I cannot fake anything. Like what you get, what you see is what you get. I pride myself on being real and honest and authentic.
Lacey, this is why you have felt like doo-doo then. Because you, not that anyone deserves to be in a cult or in a scam or anything like that, but you are too good to be in an MLM, babe. You're too good to be in a cult. Again, not that like the ugly straighties deserve to be in a cult, but not this cool bi mom. No, and again, I don't even know if she's bi, but who knows, not me. It sucks when like they're likable, you know? I hate it. I hate it so much. Why'd they get you? Money, Chelsea. It's always money.
And I felt like, how can I possibly bring people into a business that I don't even feel like I can no longer be successful at? I did really well. I was one of the top enrollers, even up until my very last months.
That's forked up. Up until your very last month, you were a top enroller. So even though you specifically said in this business anymore, you felt like you just that it wasn't good anymore, yet you were still bringing people in. You were still promoting it. That's like, actually, never mind, Lacey. Your cool card and your gay card's taken away. Your bi card. You don't get it no more. Back in the closet you go. That's what happens. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all have permission to put me back in there, okay? Put me back in there. I'll bust out of there again. But like, you just said you don't lie. You just said you can't, like you're incapable of this and that and whatever. But then also you just said that you were a top enroller and that means that you were enrolling people in recruiting, but that you didn't like the company more and you know, couldn't be successful in it. Why are you bringing people into a company that you don't want to be a part of anymore and that you're actively trying to leave? And Lacey, what are you doing? You're lying to them then. Listen, she had me. I was about to say the first half. We're only 7 minutes into this recording. This is going to be a 47-hour long video.
I stopped sharing about the business a while ago, like a while back. But when my friend Casey told me that she was leaving and she told me she was going to Arbon, I first was like, what the hell is Arbon? You guys, literally 1 year ago, I had never heard of Arbon. I thought she meant Avon. Like, I've heard Avon. Like,
that's a lie too. Girl, you know that you had heard of Arbon. What are you talking about?
right? That's like what the old ladies do. And she's like, no, I had no idea. Now here I am. But it was the first time that someone from my company told me that they were leaving. And I was just so happy for them. Like, I literally looked at her and was like, good for you. Good for you. Let me know how it goes. I was genuinely so...
Girl, that's a problem. Have y'all ever, salespeople, because that's different. Have you ever, when a coworker says, oh yeah, like 2 weeks is my last day, like I got a new job, literally the response usually is, oh, tell me how it is over there. Literally, that's usually it. Or like, oh, so excited for you. Tell me how it is over there. Also, like, I'm sad you're leaving, obviously, but it's never anger. It's never like disappointment. It's not, what? I mean, maybe for a manager and you're like losing a top sales rep, but then again, you obviously want them to do good and continue their career, but then also like you want them to stay with you. So that's a hard one. Losing top sales reps sucks. However, if they're actually making money and it's not a cult, you know, and your CEO's not on Instagram Live talking about them, saying that top reps are leaving and like lying and that they got baptized in cocaine water. We'll get there. We'll do that video, I promise. Is wild. Listen, Daddy Money straight to jail. Venezuelan jail, Miami jail, I don't know, some jail.
This moment, I was genuinely just so happy for her, but I just still felt like I couldn't leave. Like I would let down too many people. I would disappoint too many people. But at the same time, like, it got to the point the last couple of months that I couldn't even cover my mortgage. Like after I got paid and after I gave, 20, 25% to the IRS, I was almost breaking even with my mortgage. And so I was having to do other things, collabs, Amazon, Like to Know It, all these other things, which just were...
Oh, wow. You mean being an influencer and creating content in hopefully an ethical way? What do you know? I bet y'all that she doesn't even disclose her affiliate links.
I was having to do all these things and just hustle and grind because that business was just not growing despite my efforts, despite being a top enroller. And I just could not like look at my team that was still there. I mean, my team was pretty much all gone. Like I was telling them, like they were coming to me like, I'm not making money. And I'm like, go, I wish you well. Like, and I just, at the end of the day, could not just wait around and be told just to hold on any longer.
I mean, it sucks, but it sounds like anyone who is almost at the top of the compensation plan of any MLM, and people who have been there for years and years. Like I'd say that's pretty standard, especially because it's not easy and not really possible to sustain that money and that success. Also, girly pop, are you the only one who's paying for the mortgage off of MLM money? Like you can't, girl, that makes me so nervous. Oof. I told Hubs, like, babe, you gotta keep that job forever. Also, hey, I don't know if I actually said it on a video or not, but guess who? Not me. Is it a promotion? I don't know. Anyways, Mr. Off-Screen Tony, after 11 years on the road, being a patrol deputy, is finally off the road. No, I did not retire my husband like a racehorse because, no. No. You can work, go work. He got a different position. He's still technically a deputy, thank God. But so excited. Desk job, more like marketing-ish, charity functions and stuff. So love that. So safe. Not getting shot at or seeing dead bodies.
I knew leaving would change a lot, but
I'm going to try to have Ethan like skip through maybe when there's a literal buzzsaw going off in the background of her videos. But if we had to cut it out, she's basically just saying right now that she like lost friends. That's it.
My gut was screaming for a long time. I ignored it. And I had been researching other companies. We were feeling the same thing. We had both been wanting to leave for so long, and we were fighting so hard and trying to turn it around and just keep going but just got to the point that we were both like, this isn't working and this isn't fair. I had stopped sharing about the business a year before because I was like, I can't genuinely bring people into this business.
Hey, girly pop, you said you don't lie. You literally just contradicted yourself. And hey, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Listen, she had me. It was the blue eyes and tattoos. It got me. I will not be manipulated, lady. Listen, Buster. So yeah, you just said, oh, I stopped sharing about the business. I couldn't bring people in. That's funny because 5 seconds ago, you just said that you were a top enroller until your last month with the company. How's that work?
I just can't. I was still like sharing like an affiliate. Anyways, I'm gonna like move on from that. But Steph decided in that moment that she was like, okay, this is confirmation. This is it for me. I'm done. And I just like cried. I just was like, don't leave me. Because I knew like she was someone. Hey, let me finish this video, baby. I'll be right there, okay? She was someone that like was kind of, hey baby, can you shut the door all the way, Luke? Thank you, baby. And she kind of was like my last hope, you know? And so I wanted her to go. She's on here. Hi, Steph. Like I wanted her to go because like she had not been making the money that she needed to make the entire time. And that like was not fair to her. And I watched her for years just fight tooth and nail, you know, like, and it just wasn't working.
So it sounds like she was doing a lot of work and not getting paid. Just hard work and just grinding and just putting in the work doesn't work, you know? Dear God, the contradictions are wild, my girl. But you don't lie, right?
Despite her efforts, despite everything. And she decided to go, and I just supported her. Even though deep down I was a little bitter, which she knows all this, like I wanted to be not mad, but like I was just like, oh, just, you know, don't give up. But then also at the same time, it was just like this more like jealousy that like she could go. There's a little red tape that was for me, but I'm not gonna get into that. But anyways, I looked at her and I was like, I'm gonna give this 6 more months. So this was last July. I was like, I'm gonna give this 6 more months and I'm gonna fight hard and I'm just gonna give it my all for 6 more months. So then I watch her go to Arbon and she goes with Casey. So I've already had this separate, by the way, like me, Casey, and Stephanie were not on the same team.
So what you're saying is that no matter where you are in the company, like whose downline you're in or what team you're a part of, it's still a shit show. Sounds like quite the contradiction to everything that top leaders in every MLM say. Again, this is not just, she's talking about Young Living. This is not just a Young Living thing. This is an every MLM thing. Happens in every single company.
Like I knew Casey because we were at the same level, and so we would be on these trips together. And then me and Steph were we've been friends in this business. We actually met leaving convention, not leaving actually. We met at convention 5 years ago. We had this moment this week where I was like, oh my God, like Steph, it's like our 5-year friendship anniversary. Look where we are. We were in the middle of a nightclub that Arbon had like bought, like rented out for just Arbon. Like, can you imagine being in a Vegas nightclub with no men? It was amazing. Free booze, which we don't really drink, but we were excited about. I didn't even have a drink there, so I don't know why I'm excited. Like, oh, open bar. I didn't even drink there. Anyways.
How low is the bar? That's literally a corporate event. A corporate event with an open bar. Typically, corporate events have open bars. Oh my Lord, again, they're impressed with a corporate event with an open bar, and then they're also impressed that in like shocked that they get paid every Friday or whenever. My company pays me to go on this trip because it's a work trip. I would hope that they do.
It was just like so redemptive. So I watch her go, and I watch her and Casey just freaking blast off to the moon. And I know, especially if you girls are like Arbon girls, all you saw was these girls just come in and just basically soar straight to the top. But like if you know the story.
Interesting, because they were at the top of Young Living and then they left and were somehow able to go straight to the top of the other one. I wonder if it's because they recruited a crap ton of people, possibly from old MLM, into this new one. Like, what? It's not shocking. It's not shocking. And if you recruit a crap ton of people within like your first month, opposed to spaced out over 4 months, 5 months, whatever, then obviously, yes, you're going to hit a bunch of ranks super quickly. Like, y'all are in the industry. You know how it works.
If you knew the background, yeah, you would see that it wasn't an overnight. It looked overnight, but it wasn't. It definitely was not. Anyways, so I watch Steph and I watch Casey and I'm asking questions. No one ever, by the way, take great pride that they did not ask me to do this with them. They were so respectful of where I was in my journey, but I was just like watching. Steph and Case went on a Arbon, like a team retreat in October. Was it October? I don't remember. It was like a month or two before I started, and I FaceTime Steph, and if y'all know Steph, she answers and she's like, Lacey. And I was like, hi. She was like, you know I'm at an Arbon event. And I was like, I know, just seeing what you are doing, just feeling the vibes. And anyways, she can tell you her version of that. But anyways, I just watched these girls, and I mean, it literally only took me a month of watching Steph. A little bit longer for Case, but they're like dynamic together. I was just like, I felt so left behind. I was like, wait for me. Like,
so the FOMO got you, huh? This is very, 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 very common. Again, the whole, you don't know my story, it's so different. Not that she said that, but no, it's not different. It's very common in network marketing.
No, you're not. No, I can't. And so, again, not going to share all the back stuff, but it wasn't just like I could just pick up the phone and be like, okay, I'm done, or just move on. Like, it was a lot. Okay. But we got through it.
Lacey, definitely not watching this video, but I need to know the tea. I want to know what happened. If any of y'all know, listen, one of you knows. If any of y'all know why Lacey couldn't leave and what the red tape was, tell me. This is just like when Tony Van Schweet went live and was like, I got fired from Money for asking tough questions. And we're like, what were the tough questions? Tell us. And then, of course, like 2 days later, her husband came on live and boy, is he still spilling tea.
And we made it. And then I got to start Arbon. So I started Arbon in December. And December was massive for me. In my first month of Arbon, I did more volume that month than I had done in the last year and a half. Like literally. And to me, I just took that as a God sign. Like,
yeah. Like, it's not that I could have told you were going to do that because it's a new thing that you're selling. But then also, girlfriend, you just said that you weren't sharing the opportunity for Young Living for the last year, which, again, I got questions about that because how are you a top enroller if that's the case? But, like, you're not going to have the same amount of volume if you don't recruit people. And like, I personally still think she was recruiting people, but the way these people say things is like they make it seem, whatever they're saying, they make it seem so, no matter what it is, they make it seem so revolutionary and so much like, oh my gosh, no other company does this.
Like, you want to look at me maybe and be like, oh, well, she has a big following, but like, I had a big following there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to tell you their version of whatever, and we all have different experiences, and I respect that. Like, I respect where everyone is and everyone's journey. I do like I had a girl recently that thought she was going to do Arbon with me and then was like, hey, I think I'm going to go do this company. And I said, go for it. Like, go for it. Like, I want you to be where you're supposed to be. I don't want to force anyone to be where they're not supposed to be. I've had people that didn't sign up with me and that hurt. But I'm also like, at the end of the day, like, I want God to bring me the people that are supposed to do this with me. Like, that are for me, that I can be for, that I can rally. And that's just my biggest prayer right now is that, like, I know my business is about to explode. Like, it kind of had already exploded, but I just feel like God has been preparing me these last few months of like, I have something huge for you. And I feel like first few months of my business, where yes, I was definitely all in, like, this is where I'm supposed to be, sharing the products. I think like I had 300 customers my first month, which is pretty insane. But what I was not ready for was the leadership part of it, was leading people in this business. I told Steph and Casey when I came over here in December, I was like, okay, guys, you're not going to see me on Zoom calls. Okay. You're not. I don't want to hold people's hands. Because the thing that is so different about Arbon with most companies, because you guys, we researched the heck out of all the companies. I was looking at all the companies. I almost went to another company actually. But something was just telling me that like, that wasn't the place for me. And now I'm just like,
Sounds like y'all should get normal jobs. Like, this is so stressful. I mean, you're here crying on the internet. I mean, I know, not being able to pay your bills and stuff sucks. Downsizing, yeah, sure. I mean, that sucks, but you do what you got to do, especially when you have, 4 kids? 4? 3? 5? I don't know, kids, when you have children. Like, what's your husband doing? You were at the top of an MLM bringing in a lot of money, and you are so stressed out that you can't pay, almost can't pay your mortgage. Let me guess, did you retire him? Is he a racehorse? I don't know them.
I just felt so incredibly sad and stuck. And so when I found out with Arbon that it was volume based, so someone who did enroll a lot of people could get to where they want to be, I was like, I'm in, I don't have to have legs. I don't have to have a certain amount of people doing the business with me. It just takes the pressure off. And it did.
Okay, that makes no sense. So someone who did enroll a bunch of people can get to where they want to be. I don't have to have a certain amount of people doing business with me. It's like, those are the same thing. Those are synonyms. What are you talking about, lady?
I'm going to always look back at the first few months of my Arbon business and just be so thankful for how I did it. Because that's what I needed in the moment. How I decided to do the business was what I needed to kind of get a base. Some people do jump in and can just completely jump into leadership, but I was feeling almost just burnt out. I was burnt out completely from being a leader, from, never feeling like I was enough. And it's man, I felt like I was bending over backwards for people and it still wasn't enough for them. Or
that's what happens when you join an MLM and you are basically forced, like I said, forced to fit this mold. Putting a round peg in a square hole, my guy. No, wait, flip that. But yeah, pushing people into a leadership role when they have, 1, no business doing that, and 2, I mean, they're just not comfortable doing that. And some people just shouldn't be in management, leadership positions, whatever, and that's too much for them.
With our old company, you could help build someone's business, and I was building people's businesses for them, and then it just still wasn't enough. It was just all this. And then my people over there who were struggling, I felt like just resentment got built because, I'm trying to encourage them to keep going and they feel gaslit by me. And now looking back, I'm I understand that. I understand why you feel gaslit by me, because I was telling them, just keep going, keep because that's what I was telling myself, And so for anyone that felt that way, I apologize, but also I don't, because we were all doing the best we could in those moments. And so with Arbon, it's completely volume based. So you don't have to have people under you to do the business. If you really wanted to just treat it like an affiliate, like I was for the first few months, you can. There's only 4 ranks in Arbon. You guys, I got to the 3rd rank pretty much by just treating this like an affiliate. And then, but I have also been sharing that the business side of it of if you want to have an affiliate link, but now I'm ready to shift from okay, you can have an affiliate link to no, you can have life-changing income. You can
income claim. Love that for her. Income claim. Love that for her. Hate it for me because now I need to report her to I was about to say the IRS. That's not how that works, Chelsea. But yeah, now I'm going to report her to the FTC because that's not cute. Yes, you can just do it with the affiliate side. However, she has almost 160,000 followers. And guess what? Her engagement's really, really good. Great. Absolutely fantastic on Instagram.
These big, incredible, crazy things. And those are the people that I want to find and work with that want to move the mountains. I'm ready to move the mountains. I'm ready to build up these incredible women. I've been to the top of a company, and guess what? When you're there alone, it sucks. I don't want to be alone at the top over here. I want to have all of these people at the top with me. And when I went to Arbon, the conference this week, we had what's called a VP training. So VPs over here at Arbon, those are the top ranks. You got their vice president. So those are the top 2 ranks. And in my head, because of what I'm used to if we're doing something exclusive like that, a top rank thing. I'm used to it being like a very small crowd, right? And so, or I'm used to like going to like a top rank event, and none of us are actually those ranks anymore. Anyways, so I go to this VP training, and I'm literally expecting there to be like 30 people in the room. I'm like, I'm sure there's that many people like at the top. I walk in and I was like, I thought this was like a VP training, and someone was like, it is. I'm like, all of these people in here are VPs? And I was just like blown away. I'm like, look at how many people. Look at how many people are at the top of this company.
Look at how many people. Look at how much oversaturation.
A few. It's not. It's a lot. It was hundreds. And those are people that just came to the conference. There's plenty of people that like weren't at this convention, at this conference. And I was just blown away by that, because we don't want to be the only people at the top, you know? We want our people to be there. We want our people to be making money. And it was just like freaking chills. And so that was like a eye-opening moment for me. And there's just like so many moments, and I have been wanting to give this my 100 for like months. And there's just been something that's been holding me back. I feel like I've been like this with Arbon. Like, you can get this close to me. I've actually been like that with a lot of people. You can come this close to me. You're not getting any closer. I am a very guarded person. People will definitely tell me like, I thought you were scary as hell. And I don't mean to be scary, but I'm guarded. And if you knew everything I've been through, you'd be like, I understand why you're guarded. You guys, I've been through some stuff. We all have, but like, I have been through some stuff. And so I was just like, I don't have it in me to be let down again. I don't have it in me to get excited about people and then they don't, I don't know. I just was just like, I can't do this again. I was so like MLM PTSD. I was like, I can't do this again, but I will treat it like an affiliate. And it was great.
And then what do you know? You did it again and you're right back into the cult. In 2023, a typical Arbon independent consultant in the United States earned a median, I love that they actually used median, income. Did I say earned a median? Earned a median income of $191 in commissions and overrides. That means like bonuses and stuff. So that means that most people in the company lose money. A few MLMs that actually release their income disclosure statements have been putting in, which I do love that they do this. They also take way too long to get this info out, but they've actually been putting in like kind of like how many people are at each rank, not necessarily, but like a percentage, which is great. And then from there you can figure out the total. That's crazy. So there's 2 trips where like the conferences or meetings, whatever, one of them for like national vice president level people, and one is in Hawaii, and then another one is in Vegas. And it's wild that like it says, for instance, around 550 Arbon independent consultants at the national vice president level were eligible to earn a fully paid registration and 50% paid hotel suite, so not fully paid for, at Arbon's annual global training conference in Las Vegas, of which 320 earned the trip. So like not really attainable there, is it? And then the one above that, it says basically the same like ratio there. 565 consultants were eligible for the incentive trip to Hawaii, and then 365 of them actually earned the trip. So it's really interesting to see how even at the top of this company, it's not super attainable, sustainable, all that.
But now I know what I'm capable of.
I'm skipping to 1.5 speed because, dear God,
I know that I can help people get to the top here. Like, I truly, truly believe that. I have struggled with, which you're gonna like laugh because you're like, you're very confident. I am confident, but I'm confident in who I am. That doesn't always mean I'm confident in the things I'm doing, if that makes sense. But I have been struggling with belief in myself.
Probably because you're in an MLM. Like, it's all the same. All these MLMs have the same problems. Some are just worse than others, and none of them are better, which that's a contradiction in itself. But yeah, why do you think you've been having that? It's because this industry. Get out of it. Well, guess what, team? We still have 20 more minutes of this video to go, but I rarely rarely do this, but I'm gonna opt out because this is sad. I can't, let me just skim through. I'm pretty sure it gets worse. Oh yeah, she continues to cry. The industry she's in was horrible, and now this company's way better, and now she's making more money and blah, blah, and it's like, the call's coming from inside the house, from inside the industry, and you're so close to seeing that it's an industry-wide problem, and like saying that you've had all these issues and all these like personal problems and issues and all this mental health stuff, and yet refuse to believe that it could have anything to do with the industry that you're in. That's really sad. I hope this person gets out. That sucks. I don't like that she was like, I like don't lie. Everyone lies. But also you just did 5 seconds after saying that. So if you are subscribed to my channel, lean in real close and let me whisper to you. First, let's take a deep breath. That was beautiful. I'm really proud of you. You know why else I'm proud of you? What else I'm proud about? Be quiet. Your butt looks so scrumptious. I said it. Scrum-diddly-umptious, them cheeks. Anyways, if you are not subscribed, that message was not for you, and go do squats. But also subscribe, because then automatically your butt looks good, okay? Stay spicy, your feelings are valuable, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.